Hello everyone, we are from Group 4. We'll present about our presentation for Progress Test 1 in EMS subject. Before we start, let me introduce our group members. The first is Ignasia Arnodya, the second is Delphia Filita, the next is Angelina Kusuma, and the last, Natalia Indah. Please enjoy our presentation. The first morphological phenomenon we have found is clipping. The meaning of clipping is one of the ways new words are created. It involves the shortening of a longer word, often reducing it to one syllable. An example of a word that we found directly is ASUS. ASUS is one of the world's 5th largest corporate brands that manufactures PCs, laptops, netbooks, and etc. Many people don't know that the ASUS brand is the result of a morphological phenomenon. The name Asus is the result of clipping words from the word Pegasus, which means the winged horse in Greek mythology that symbolizes wisdom and knowledge. The second we have found is initialism. An initialism is a word made from the first letter of each word in a phrase. An example we found was SKD. SKD stands for Seleksi Kompetensi Dasar. The letter S comes from the word seleksi, the letter K comes from the words kompetensi, and the letter D comes from the words dasar.
Next is blending. Blending is the process of forming words by combining parts of words. An example of blending is emoticon or emotion and icon. An emoticon is a small group of symbols arranged to show happiness, sadness, and other emotions. We often use emoticons when we send messages with friends or our boyfriends. All right, next is coinage. Coinage or word manufacture is the process of creating words from names. In everyday life, we often meet the same thing. For example, when we want to buy or use seasonings, we always say Masako, even though Masako is the brand name of seasonings. Even besides Masako, there is his best friend, namely Roiko. But because we often use and buy Masako, we always say Masako for seasoning.
Okay, next one is tone placement. Tone placement is of stress reflects a change in its category and makes changes in meaning. For example, is present. Is it noun? And we have stress in first syllable. And the meaning is a thing given to someone as a gift. And the stress in syllable 2 is present. Is it verb? And the meaning is a student attend in class. Okay, next. What is acronyms? Okay, acronyms are formed by taking the initial letters of some or all the words in phrase or title, reading the as a word. So the example is prakerin. The Indonesia language is main praktek kerja industri. Is it lean match in a company? Because some student in vocational high school is it need to prakerin. Next. Okay, what is compounding? Compounding is the process of combine two or more lexical category. Is it? I choose, for example, is blue band. Blue band is a noun. The process of combining is category of compound is determine the rightmost morpheme. And is it exocentric compound? Because whose meaning doesn't follow from the meaning of its part. And the blue band, is it not a color blue, or a band have a blue or like that? And yeah, it is about a brand of a butter and has yellow color. Next.
Okay, the next one is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeic are words that have been created to sound like the thing they name, like example, hiss, buzz, boom, meow, and then splat, zap, poop, crash, pow, bang, and many other else, guys. But in this picture, I use the word for onomatopoeia, and this word often can be got in a comic or novel. Okay, the next one. The next one is reduplication. Reduplication is the process which reduplicates all or part of the base to mark a grammatical or semantic contrast. Reduplication is not found in English, but it occurs a lot in Japanese and Indonesian, like mlaku-mlaku, and then kupu-kupu, kura-kura, laba-laba, and anyone else. Okay, but in this picture, I give example origami kupu-kupu and the factory brand of ingredients cake. That is kue pue, kue pue. The next one. Okay, the next one is criticization. It is the process of reducing the form of a free morpheme so that it becomes a bound morpheme, which cannot stand alone and therefore must be attached to another word. We have kind of clitics too. There is enclitic and proclitics. The first one is enclitics. Enclitics is clitics that attach to the end of preceding word. For example, in this picture, I use the word as is reduced to clitic with apostrophe s, and it attached with the word let so that it can be read let's or the word let us. And proclitics is clitics that attach to the beginning of the following word. For example, kurindu. The proclitic ku reduction from the free morpheme aku and attached to the following word rindu so that it can be combined as kurindu. Okay. Okay, and we have some quotes that is morphology happens over time. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It is from Jimenez Lay. Okay, we think that's all from our presentation about morpheme. Thank you, guys.